Hello and welcome to this special broadcast for FDIintelligence.com. I'm Grania Byrne, an investment analyst for FDI Markets. We're here today to discuss the latest report by FDI Intelligence, the Global Outlook Report for 2011. The report is published on an annual basis and details the trends in the FDI market for 2010, as well as forecast predictions for 2011. The report is considered essential as far as the global investment landscape is concerned. And so far this year it has garnered exceptional media attention with headlines on Bloomberg and Reuters alike. With me today is my colleague Jacqueline Walls, Senior Investment Analyst for FDI Intelligence, and she's going to give us a little bit more detail on the report. Jacqueline, could you tell me a little bit more about how FDI has performed in 2010 in comparison to previous years?
Yes, well, in 2010 investors have remained cautious despite the rebound in the global economy. We have found that FDI figures have continued to fall in 2010, although this is to a much lesser extent than that witnessed in 2009. Figures fell 0.38% in 2010, a much lesser decline compared to the 17% decline witnessed in 2009. However, capital investment did fall at a much greater rate in 2010, with figures down 16%. FDI Markets has also recorded around 2 million new jobs created as a result of FDI. And although this figure may seem significant, it's actually the lowest figure recorded in the last 5-year period.
Why has there been such a dramatic decline in investment and job creation?
Well, this is primarily due to the decline in capital and labour intensive sectors such as natural resources and the real estate sectors, both being hit hard in 2010. Now, manufacturing is regarded as a labour-intensive activity. However, we did see robust growth in 2010, with a lot of this FDI going towards emerging markets.
You've discussed emerging markets. Can you tell me a little bit more about the destinations that were considered key in 2010 as far as FDI projects are concerned?
Yes, well, Asia Pacific still remains the top destination market for FDI in 2010, attracting almost a third of all FDI projects. This region, along with North America and the rest of Europe, all witnessed a growth this year in project numbers. However, Latin America was the only region to experience an increase in capital into the region this year. Brazil is one of the most notable emerging markets along with Australia. Brazil witnessed a 28% increase in the number of FDI projects into the country in 2010, with Australia witnessing almost a 40% increase in FDI projects. This has resulted in both countries to be placed in the top 10 destination countries worldwide for FDI in 2010.
That really is a significant increase for both Australia and Brazil. What type of FDI projects have they been attracting?
Well, commodities still remains to be a key sector for both markets. However, there is other sectors that witnessed a more notable growth in 2010. Key growing sectors for FDI into Brazil include chemicals, electronics, renewable energy and the food and beverage sectors, whereas Australia witnessed a large increase in the number of financial services, business services and software and IT projects.
We've discussed a lot about destination countries for FDI in 2010. I noticed in the Global Outlook report that Indian companies performed particularly well as far as outward FDI is concerned. Can you tell me a little bit more about important source markets?
Yes, that is correct. Indian investors have become a lot more active in 2010, with the number of projects created by Indian companies up 24% on 2009. This has resulted in India being ranked as one of the top 10 source countries in the world this year. Another key source market that has emerged from Asia Pacific is Japan and South Korea, with figures up in 2010. Although this is primarily due to the recovery in the automotive and electronics industries this year.
Jacqueline, can you tell me what data you've used to compile the Global Outlook report?
Well, all data involved in the Global Outlook report comes from our specialist online tool, FDI Markets. The FDI Markets tracks greenfield foreign direct investment globally on a real-time basis, and since 2003 has recorded over 100,000 FDI projects. This allows us to complete the most up-to-date analysis on FDI trends. And it's not only ourselves that use this information to analyse the trends. The UNTAD also use this information for their World Investment Report, as well as the Economist Intelligence Unit uses FDI Markets data as well. Over 100 other government agencies also use this data to analyse trends.
Thank you for your overview of 2010. What about 2011? Has the Global Outlook report made many forecasts?
As you may be aware, investors are facing a fast-changing economic and political landscape, which will all have an effect on FDI trends in 2011. The political instability in the Middle East and Africa will all have an effect on the FDI into this region, and we believe most countries will witness a decline in FDI in 2010. This, combined with the nuclear disaster in Japan, will result in FDI increasing in the coal, oil and natural gas sector, but especially the renewable energy sector. This sector, we believe, will have a significant increase in 2011 as well as 2012 and years beyond. Emerging markets will continue to see growth in inward investment, with figures continuing to rise in 2011. These markets include Brazil, India, China, Russia, Mexico and Indonesia. And finally, we predict that FDI will start to increase again in 2011. We are predicting a 6.5% increase in the number of FDI projects invested in 2011. But all this information can be found in our publication, the Global Outlook Report 2011.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And should you wish to download your free copy of the Global Outlook Report 2011, it is available now. Please visit our website www.fdiintelligence.com/global report.